National Championship class of the Extreme Festival, the National Production Cars at Zwartkops. Heading into race number 3 now. It's a new format of racing that has certainly brought some amazing action to this circuit. And we're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here in the third and final heat of the day. And getting the drop, or what can I say, getting the drop? They're still side by side. Whoa, big action!
Oh, there we go, Michael van Rooyen. That must have looked like Gary Vermato that came together going down into turn 1. And Gary Vermato now at the back of the pack with a lot of work to do. On board with Greg Maloney, he's going to tell us all about it.
Yeah, confirmation of that on board, just waving Gary through now. There you go, Gary, it's all yours, bud. Wow, you guys had a big incident heading down into turn 1 there. Hopefully we can keep it all clean from now on.
Oh, Greg witnessed that right from the back of the pack, and luckily he didn't get involved in it. But the racing is fast and fierce up on the front. And of course, we've already had 2 different winners in this class. What's it going to come down to in race 3?
I'm going to put some money on we're going to get a third different winner. 3 different winners, right from the word go. That is the way that National Production Car Championship wants to go. They want to make it exciting for the crowds. They want to make it exciting for the fans of the brands. And the brands are coming in thick and fast. There are 4 Audis, all 4 of them with 4 rings, and they're giving it absolute horns down into G&H Racing Corner.
Well, if there was anyone else trying to come past those Audis, they would have absolutely no chance because 2 abreast and 4 of them in a row, well, it's making it hard work for the Ford.
Germany is pushing hard, He's not going to let them get away too easily, that I can tell you. And right on his tail, I think he's going to be seeing the Volkswagen, yes indeed, of Nathan, looking to try and sneak through there and spoil it for the day for any one of those Audi drivers.
Well, let's take a look back at that turn 1 action. On board with Gennaro Bonafide. What happened here?
Oh, you can see a little tap back and front there from the Ford and the Chev. I wouldn't say anybody was at fault there, but certainly the action we saw from the outside ended up with both of them going off. Michael van Rooyen in a lot worse for wear than Gary Vermato was. Vermato able to get on the track a bit quicker, but van Rooyen is coming, and we expect to see him a little bit further up a bit later on.
Racing not for sissies, and we saw there, that's what you call clipping an apex as we go right through that turn, going through the G&H final turn onto the main straight.
Looking back here from Gennaro onto Henny G, trying to close down on Michael Stephen, who's opened up a little bit of a margin now. That might be enough to get away from these guys. Simon Moss runs ever so slightly wide. That's kind of his style of driving, and you can see just how hard he is pushing to make it his way past those 2 Sassel-sponsored cars.
Going to the front end of Class X, Frederick Blicknote Jr. this time leads Mark DeToy in this Class X, proving to be a big factor in the new production class.
Yeah, we're looking forward to going down Cape Town, where we should see a couple of cars coming to join the field and bolstering it up to about 20 cars in Cape Town at Killarney. So that's going to be extremely exciting for the Cape Town crowd, hopefully getting the likes of Johnny Fury back into it.
Well, Greg, you got some action coming behind you. Those Audis still haven't separated and are pushing each other to the max. And we know this is going to be a race right to the line. Michael Stevens still leads the way.
1600 supercharged isn't quite going to cut it with these guys. I'm going to give them a little bit of room, move out the way, and here they come in full effect. It is just incredible to be this close to these amazing drivers when they're putting on a show like that. And in fact, in the background, yes, that airborne material, I actually picked it up in my rearview mirror, buddy. It was incredible. Simon Moss running wide at turn 1, getting it all wrong.
Well, for a moment, I think you thought you had X-Fighters there with some airborne 4-wheel stuff. We've seen that before, and it just shows you this racing is absolutely to the max. And going into Castrol Magnatech, we'll see the battle still rumbling up in the front. Back on board with Greg Maloney.
I've got to give you guys some space now. Coming up on the inside. There we go. There you go. All yours, Michael. And now waiting for the rest of the field to sneak through. Yeah, just absolutely amazing to be in this car and having some fun and games with the National Production Car class. As it comes to a close for race number 3, Michael Stephen takes the victory ahead of Gennaro Bonafide and Henny Groenewald. Gary Vermato, Sean Germany, then Simon Moss, beating out Graham Nathan and Michael van Rooyen.
And in Class X, it was on the front of the pack there. Frederick Blicknote Jr., Mark DeToy in 2nd place, Frederick Blicknote Sr. in 3rd place this time, Greg Maloney in 4th place, and Jordan Chirac.
2nd place in the race. We caught up with Mark to find out all about Class X.
Yeah, we added a privateer class for this year, so get some of the guys back on the grid with the National Production Car Series. I think it ran really well. We had 6 cars in our class today and had a few problems, but really enjoyed the race day.
Vic, I've got to congratulate you. This initiative has worked wonders, and I think this is exactly what South African motorsport needs.
Yeah, Greg, we were in a re-engineering phase for the last couple of months. It's been a lot of hard work from the guys behind the scenes. It's been a fantastic atmosphere and enthusiasm that we've seen from everyone. I've never known it for the last couple of years in South African motorsport, let alone circuit car racing and production car racing. The National Production Car Championship has turned up, I think, 3 excellent races. We've had fantastic races, good dices all along the field. I can see the smile on your face. You really enjoyed it as well. And I think at the end of the day, all we want to do is provide show business for the crowds, because motor racing at the end of the day is show business. We want to entertain, we are entertainers, and we must not get too caught up in the details of everything. And I think the show we provided today was top class.
As you can see, Sassel backing the new National Production Car Championship, and now time for the spoils.